No, wait. I want to start this review with with like a little I don't do this often, so I'm gonna have to just try to find the right words.
Okay.
I'd like to start this review with an apology.
True.
Okay? So my apology is gonna go directly to one Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And I've been a harsh critic of him. I've been a harsh commentator on his success and lack of success.
Uh-huh.
And I keep praying for the day that he falls repeatedly, not just once. But today I'd like to start in the spirit of good nature and kindness and punk rock and everything that this movie left me. I'd like to start this episode with an apology. Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I apologize because you did something that I criticized a lot, and now I feel like I have to comment on. So I spent a lot of time making fun of Black Adam and his constant comments that he was gonna save DC and that he was gonna restructure the hierarchy of power in the DC universe. Like, and he kept doing that. Uh, as we all know, he didn't do that because the failure of Black Adam was just an embarrassment in all fronts. But I like to have an apology because even though I make fun of him this whole time, by failing so hard, he
There it
did
is.
restructure the hierarchy of power in the DC universe by destroying it a lot faster and therefore letting us get to this point a lot faster. So thank you, Rock, for embarrassing yourself and ruining a universe that was already dead by just killing it much faster. Thanks to you, we have this movie this summer. So thank you and fuck yourself.
There it is. I was like,
Say the line.
this is not real. This is bullshit. Like
Say the line.
say it with your chest. Uh Chema, hit the intro.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Sharma.
And I'm Eddie.
Reviewing Superman. This is the rollback look up. Superman, a journalist in Metropolis, embarks on a journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent. Directed by James Gunn and starring David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Holt, Eddie Gathigi, Anthony Kerrigan, Nathan Fillion, Isabella Merced, Skylar Gisondo, and other colorful characters, we find ourselves in the restart. Finally! Finally! A restart to our DC universe spearheaded by one Mr. James Gunn. And what a good first step. I was super excited to see this. I know you were as well, and I can't wait to discuss it with you. So, initial thoughts on Superman.
Man, I there's almost too much to say, but if you want a first impression, it's this. I am so happy at the success of this film. Bear in mind, I was a diehard DCEU stan. Like I would defend it. I'd be like, no, it's not bad. It's just different or whatever. You know, I stand by that. There are still DCEU films that I'll probably go back and rewatch. That said, I don't think I left the theater this happy, not since probably I left the Batman. Like I felt so invigorated by a character and I felt so much like a story was done right. You know? Like this is a John Wick level event for me. Of like, holy shit, this is amazing. This is a Toy Story event for me. So, again, you know that's high praise for me.
That is high praise coming from you, yeah.
Um, so the quick answer is, did I like it? No, I fudging I can curse. I fucking love this movie. I loved it to the core. I loved every aspect of it, and I think I loved it in different ways than I think you will, if I'm being honest with you. But we'll get to that topic. Uh,
Yeah,
um,
so we're both Superman fans. Like we both have the media of Superman that we very much enjoy. I've made no secret that I'm a big fan of Smallville, of of My Adventures with Superman, of the animated series, of course, the
That's
original
true.
Justice League.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I made no secret that I'm not a fan of Man of Steel, like at all. To me, it's a movie that does not understand the character in the slightest, and even by trying to do a different spin, I don't think it's one that works. While this one, in my opinion, really, really works. Now, I have to be honest. To me, this is not a perfect movie, and also I'm gonna start with this comment. I don't think this is the definitive Superman movie. Um, but
I will disagree, but
but
respect them.
but I do think this is a great stepping stone and a great first introduction into our new DC universe. And this is a Superman that I want to follow, that I want to see a universe built around him. I do want to see him lead a Justice League. But we'll get to those comments when we get to those. First of all, do you want to tackle this in an plot order way, or do you want to just go all over the
Honestly,
place?
no. What I want to do is this. I want to talk about the characters and the themes, right?
Yeah,
I want to talk about the story when, and let's make the official announcement now. When this film comes out on VOD, I want to do a commentary
we can
for
do a
our
commentary.
first Patreon.
Yeah,
It'll be you sign on to Patreon, you sign up for $1, boom, you get this. We're gonna launch Patreon, small scale, obviously, like just $1. And I want the commentary for this to be the first video that we have because I really do want to tackle the story and the writing. But if we did that, we'd be here for about 3 hours
yeah,
because I
and
I
there's
can break the
enough.
whole thing through.
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed this, man. Like I had a blast in the theater. To me, this was a great experience. I took my whole family to see it,
Oh,
and it was a time. If you can believe this, and this is like a little just a little parenthesis. So my mom she loves Nathan Fillion.
uh,
Like you have no idea. So I told her like, let's go see the new Superman, and she's like, no, 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 Henry Cavill all the way. I'm like, Mom, it's okay. Like, it's okay to let that go. Yeah, my mom's certified Snyder bro, if you didn't know.
oh my!
So no, so I told her like, hey, Nathan Fillion's in this movie, and she's like, what?
I'm
Are
in.
you for real? And she was laughing, like she was having like a blast. My dad and my sister were also like having a lot of fun. And I was really excited. Like I was ready to see James Gunn tackle Superman. Like I was ready to because this movie has a lot to prove, and a lot of fan bases, not gonna name names, are currently doing the wrong thing. Because look, I think we've gotten to a point when it comes to these comic book movies. There used to be a big rivalry. I'm done with the rivalry. I don't care about the rivalry.
Yeah.
So if we have Superman be good, and this weekend Fantastic Four is good, then we all win. Okay, I don't care which one is better because both of these movies are not competing against each other. They're both competing in their own circle. Fantastic Four needs to recover some of momentum to the MCU, and this movie, Superman, needs to start building up DC after losing a lot of fans with the DCU movies.
Mhm.
So I was happy to walk into this one and being like, thank God I don't need to know anything else. Like I can just walk in, fresh faced, and be okay with seeing everything.
Yeah.
And first, I think before we talk about anything else, we need to talk about James Gunn. So I think he's the first thing that we need to tackle.
I
Um,
you know
yeah,
I think just to make my piece real quick about James Gunn, like he said, Superman was the comic book character for him and his dad, and you can very plainly see. One, the themes of fatherhood, masculinity, and all that in this, but you can also tell that this movie was made with love. Like in the same vein that the Batman from Matt Reeves feels like it was made with purpose, it was made with a story in mind, it was made not like to fill in a box, but to like, hey, I've got something to say. In that same essence, this Superman felt personal in the best ways. Again, it's not a perfect film.
yeah,
the pace of it is breakneck, like legitimately snap your neck. The only thing faster than this is F1. And that is saying something.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh, we
Yeah.
will fucking get to that. But yeah, so I mean that's my real quick take on James Gunn. Yourself?
So, when I heard that James Gunn was gonna spearhead this universe, I was like, cool, cool. He did great with the movies that he did. I had no doubt he's gonna do a good job. And then he said, I'm gonna write Superman. And I was like, okay, cool. Like that.
Open.
All right, cool. And then he said, I'm gonna direct it. And that's when I said, like, "Oh, okay, okay.
Pulling a Zack Snyder here. Okay.
What?
Pulling
Yeah,
a Zack Snyder here. Okay.
yeah. I was like, okay. Look, I love James Gunn. I love his movies. But none of the movies that he's directed have a Superman spirit, you know? They've
Yeah.
all been about uh, rebels, you know, they've all been about, morally gray characters. They've all been, stylish and fun and with a great soundtrack, but never about like, super forces of good. So I was a little like,
Oh
okay,
no.
interesting. You know, let's see what you do. Let's see how that goes. And I can say that it mostly works. I think 90% of the time, his direction works with his script. But there are a few times, especially in the first half of the movie, where I felt like the movie was doing a little too much. Like it was doing too much. Like, okay, we're doing Clark Kent, we're doing the relationship, we're doing the relationship is in peril, we're doing the dog, we're doing Lex Luthor, we're doing the Justice Gang, we're doing not Israel and not Palestine, we're doing
You know, it's hilarious. How many people online are like, "Why are you attacking us?" It's like, why are you assuming that you're the bad guys?
exactly. Yeah. We're doing their parents. Like we're doing all of this. I'm like, this is a Superman movie. Like it's Superman in the title. And I understand that this is to set up the world, to set up the universe, and I get it. I like it. I like this universe, but I felt like it was a little much. But the second we get to the second half, I think everything tunes up. He learns to fly, and
I don't think you ever learned to fly. I think you already knew how to fly.
yeah, but there is some tuning was needed in like the first half. It felt like it never knew if it was being like a comedy and then it was being like an action film and then it didn't decide on its tone. That was my biggest problem with like the first half. It didn't land on a tone. But I think after the second half, the second we get to the second half, the movie tunes up and it's all firing in all cylinders. To me, it works after that second half. Um, Ideally, like, and I'm not think I don't want to think too future ahead. If there is a sequel, which I don't doubt there will, I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn just handed the directing reins to someone else. Just because I know his job is going to get hectic, like in the next like when there's more projects going around.
I can definitely see him handing off the reins, but I could also see it to where he like hands off the reins to Superman because, well, shit. Now I gotta do. I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn takes it upon himself to do the first Justice League
Yeah,
because
I
he
wouldn't be
can
surprised
balance a
either.
team. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, he
Yeah,
can balance a team and their emotional core.
Suicide
Um,
Squad. Yeah,
yeah. Well, like
yeah,
not to mention the fact that like he can. How do I say this? He's not an executive. He's a writer and director first. I would argue from this film, I get the sense he's a writer first and then a director.
yeah,
That's not an insult, but that's to say he understands character and storytelling. Um,
yeah.
Watching this, I could tell. I want to talk about Superman. I could
Mhm.
tell Gunn had a vision for who his Superman is because typically when we see Superman in most media, right, and that's not also to say fucking the guy's been deconstructed for the past 2 decades. We've got Dark Superman, Evil Superman, Nazi Superman. Like we've had so many negative versions of this character that he had to, and I think that's one reason why this movie goes so quick and does so much because he has to undo 20 years of damage in 2 hours, which is not
Yeah,
easy. Um, but he he had this version of Superman, a kid who, and Gunn's quote said it best, he is a kind person in a world where kindness is considered old-fashioned, you know. And I like that. I like that he has his own agency. I like the twist of the parents, which I don't want to dive too much into the plot points, but I do want to mention that one part. We've had one, two, three. different films where Superman's parents sent him to Earth to serve humanity and help and be a good person, right? And be a benevolent God, essentially. This is the first film where we actually get the whole like, hey man, like go repopulate, like conquer them, have a harem, and like do your thing and rebuild the world of Krypton, which is new when it's his parents that are saying it. And initially, I'm with the audience of like, oh, it's probably fake. Like, there's no way. Oh shit, they really did it. They really made Jor-El and Laurel monsters, which I don't mind that because I think there is an important message there. Because, okay, we're going to get into politics. There's no way around this film without talking about that.
Hmm.
I think there's a very important message there of breaking the cycle because everyone's parents are not always the most open-minded individuals, right? I can imagine there are individuals that grew up with their parents that are very, fuck it, this is our podcast. I'm just gonna voice my goddamn opinion. Their parents are very conservative, that they're not very supportive of certain communities and whatnot. And I think there is an important message here to start with about breaking the cycle. You don't have to be a bigot like your parents. You don't have to be hateful like them. You don't have to look down on people like your parents. You can have your own opinion, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
like to usually when I meet a new person, I like to ask them if their parents are casually or overtly racist, because there's usually one of the two options. Um, yeah, so I had an interesting reaction to that because when we see the first half of the message, which is playing in the Fortress of Solitude, which by the way, pretty cool that Bradley Cooper plays Jor-El for like
That
the
for me, I
limited.
was like, the fuck is that Bradley Cooper? What the fuck? I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
So he shows up for like a very like brief moment, and then we hear that like Lex hired all these people, this like linguist to like get the rest of the message, and then we all think it's fake because we're the audience and we all kind of know this mythos. And then Mr. Terrific tells Clark like, "Hey, no, it's for real. Like I,
It's
I trust
legit.
these guys." And they don't discard that throughout the whole movie. And I left a little bit like, are they just not gonna confirm if that's real or if that's fake or if like, or did they really mean that? And I was talking about it with Jess after she saw the movie, and she just said like, I think the fact that they don't address it means that it doesn't matter. And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, you're good. I was like, oh, you're good. Um, yeah. So that happens, and I'm okay with that change. I'm kind of okay that like because they don't like really address it, like they say like, you know what? These are his parents. Like Earth Kansas parents are his parents, and we have that as a guideline there. We should talk a little bit about Mom Pa Kent,
I love them.
who are I adore them. I
I
adore these two. I love them in every universe except Man of Steel. Like I think, but this version, they're terrible in Man of Steel. But I love them in this version. Oh, what? Yeah, maybe. Let me die,
look,
Clark. Like, no, no, no,
look. No,
no.
no, 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 no. He
Yeah,
was. You know what? This is not about Man of Steel. We'll have that conversation another day. Let's
I guess.
concentrate on the good on this Superman
Fine,
film.
fine. I like these parents. I like that they're introduced by them trying to call him on the phone, and they
Yeah,
can't do
and they
it.
can barely work it.
And then there's like one part where like I think his dad is telling him like, "Hey, there's a new burrito place that they open really close to me." He's like talking about that. And I was like, that is the most father and son talk shit I've ever heard in my life. Because like I've had so many conversations with my dad where like it goes nowhere. It starts with nothing and ends with nothing. And at some point we'll just say like, "Hey, they they opened this like food place nearby."
You should go check it
It's
out.
so real. Like it's so real. Um, so I like them, and I like the conversation that they have at near the climax where when he goes back to the farm, and I really like the moment when they see the news. They know he's about to go, and Mark Kent just goes like, "I'll get your boots. I just cleaned them." Like
That's such a mom thing.
it's so
Um,
perfect. I love them. I love these two, and you totally believe that he's a nice guy because of these people.
oh yeah, they seem like very humble individuals. I'm going to say two things real quick. One is on behalf of a person. The other one is just my opinion.
Mhm.
Ben Shapiro uh,
Ew.
said online. Do you know about that? Yeah, he said, "Oh, his
I'm
parents."
aware.
his parents look ugly. Like they're ugly people. And the actress that plays the mom was like, I'm gonna choose kindness and not address this and send out love and kindness, which is just like the perfect thing. So yeah, on your behalf, Ben Shapiro, go fuck yourself with a red hot iron. I volunteer to do it. I'll fucking do it.
And I'll be
Uh,
the Mexican that digs your grave. Anyway,
Done.
uh,
Fucking Graves, we're gonna put you in pieces.
so much hatred in such a little tiny guy.
Such a
Anyway, uh,
small guy for so
very
many
small guy.
tiny,
Everything about him
micro
just
almost,
tiny,
maybe concave.
tiny, very small. Anyway,
I love his
back to
parents.
this.
I
Love the
love
parents.
I love that, and again, this will go back to me as a old man father. I love that Pa Kent cries when he tells Clark, "I'm just so proud of you and everything that you're doing." That vulnerability, because it's very old school. It's a very not healthy mentality to like, oh, be strong, upper, chin up or whatever, right? Both I'll give Kevin Costner this. He was trying to be vulnerable with his son and tell him like I just worry about you, like I'm scared for my son. I get it. But I really did like this approach of like being vulnerable with your dad and you're like being vulnerable with your son and showing him that it's okay that emotions are not a bad thing. Clark says it at one point. Like it's the perfect antithesis of toxic masculinity. He says like I choose kindness. Like even
Mhm.
if like I have my own agency and this is what I choose to be. I could be a villain. I could be a bad guy. I could be a conqueror. But I want to be a good person and help because it's the right thing to do, not because someone told me to do it. And I believe that these parents would have raised them. One of the things, this is stupid, but I really liked it. I don't know if you noticed, Paul Kent, the actor, his eyes are move around a lot. It's a cataract thing. Not
Yeah.
I'm not putting it. I'm not putting him down when I mention it, but I'm saying that's such a very human thing that most people would have been. Most directors I can imagine would have been like, "We're not going to cast him. Look what's wrong with his eyes." No, that is a very human element. There's nothing wrong with that, and I loved that little thing. Also, Ma can't like the fact that she's like, "Oh, he's just a ball of mush." That's the cutest thing. Like, of course, like she'd be like, "He's a ball of emotion. Let him cry." He's sensitive. Good. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
The second that I saw these two get cast, because they're not super well-known actors, they're character actors, like they do parts.
Yeah.
I saw them and my immediate thought was like, if I was a kid in like middle school and I had a friend in school and that friend told me like, hey, let's go hang out at my house. And then we went to his house and those were his parents,
Yeah.
I would immediately be like, oh my God, that they cook so well. Like
Yeah.
my
You
immediate
know
thought
their
is like,
cookies are the best fucking cookies.
they go hard on the grill. Like you know it. Like they just give off such a great vibe. And also, thank you, James Gunn, for not killing them. Like, thank you so much. I want them in so many movies. Like, I love these two.
I can just imagine like in a sequel, if Lois and Clark get married in a sequel, I can just imagine like his parents like sit like stand like Clark's on the altar and his dad is just like bawling his eyes out and his mom is just like, here's a tissue.
Just like, here you go. Like,
Here.
uh,
Okay, let it
I,
out. It's okay. He's
I,
just my baby boy.
yeah.
Perfect. Love.
Like my favorite, so one of my favorite Superman comics is this little comic from this collection called Superman Red and Blue. And it's a little comic called Generations, and it came out in like 2021. And
Mhm.
it's a super small little comic that has very little dialogue, and it's about how like it's about Pa Kent. Starts when they find him, and it's Pa Kent going to church, like he goes to meet with the father there, and he's telling him yeah, me and the wife like we adopted like a boy, and they start talking, and he goes, I'm gonna quote it right here because I think it's really effective. He goes, I've been around a while. I thought I knew how things work, but if there's one thing being a father has taught me early on is that I don't know nearly as much as I thought I did.
Mhm.
And the father goes like, "Oh, uncharted territory." And he's like, yeah. And when I look into my son's eyes, I sense a fear in me I didn't know I had. How can I be responsible for his growing up when I'm so lost? I don't know anything about the world. I'm just an old farmer, in a small town. What do I have to give? And so the father tells him, "Do you know the story of how Jesus was baptized?" And he goes, "There's a moment after there's a moment after Jesus emerges from the water where God addresses him from heaven, and he says, 'This is my son, who I love, who makes me proud.'" And he says, like, he says, "I'm sure if you make sure your boy knows how you feel about him, the rest will fall into place." So he tells him that, and then the rest of the comic is just the same three lines repeated over and over. It's, "I love you, I'm proud of you, you're special." And it's just showing you scenes of him teaching Clark to walk, him teaching Clark to how to change a tire, him taking Clark to a school bus, him making him dinner, and then seeing him fly for the first time. And throughout the entire comic is just him saying, "I love you, you're special, I'm proud of you." And then at the midpoint of the comic, it changes to Clark's as an adult standing in front of Pa Kent's grave.
Uh-huh.
And he says, "I'm so proud of you." He opens up his suit. He has a Superman suit. He goes out flying, and it's him doing Superman stuff, rescuing people, mingling with the community, flying around the earth, eating with homeless people, and he keeps repeating to everyone, "I love you. You're special. I'm proud of you." And it ends with a shot of him flying to space, looking at the earth, and once again saying, "You're special. I love you, and I'm proud of you." I'm getting like a little teary eyed just saying this, man. Like, and that is the like energy that this movie needed to capture, and I think it nailed it when it comes to when you see Clark's personification and his relationship to his parents. So I think it nails that, um, while also balancing a lot of comedy and action and everything. But I think the emotional part, I think, is pitch perfect in this movie.
No, definitely. We're 30 minutes into this review and we barely scratched the surface. You want to talk
Yeah.
about the
What?
dark side? You want to talk about the S tier hater, possibly the maybe gonna become the definitive Lex Luthor? You want to talk about him?
Let's talk about Nicholas Holt, who's having a heck of a couple of years here between Nosferatu and Juror number two, and
The
now
menu.
this.
I would consider the menu. I would count that.
Yeah, let's throw in Menu in there, the favorite, Mad Max, all the X-Men movies. Yeah,
He's having a
why
hell
not? What's up?
he's having a hell of a career right now.
Having a hell of a career, and it kind of it's really funny that like he auditioned for the Batman and he auditioned for Superman in this, and he finally found his calling.
You're not a good guy, Nicholas Holt. But I'm so not. No, no, no. You're not gonna be a good guy.
Give yourself to anger, young Padawan.
What, like, dude, his when he screams and you see the tears coming out of his face, and he's like, just
Yeah.
perfect, perfect, perfect. You get a sense, and here's the thing, he's so layered because he's an S tier hater. He absolutely hates Superman. And I would stop there, right? And I don't want to give any billionaire sack of shit any redeeming factors. There's one part where it's like, wait a second, is there some humanity in there? Because when they're falling, when Clark is going down with Ultraman the engineer, and she says, I don't think I can survive this. We're going 400 miles an hour. He doesn't call her Jerry, he calls her Jessica.
Yeah.
For just a moment, like, Jessica, get out of there. And you don't know, is it because he cares about her, or is it because that's my property?
I think it's because it will be really expensive to build her again.
I maybe I you might be right, but we don't know, and they never address it. And
I think my favorite part is when he throws a pencil to the girlfriend. He's so pissed and he's
he's
yelling
so
at everyone,
petty.
and then there's like a cup and he just like pushes it like a cat just like to the floor, like no, like keep cleaning, like. But I do have to say this: his whole staff was like 100% on his side, so maybe
They're
he's
the
a
ones.
great boss. Like,
No, he might. No, I
what
don't
if
think
he
he's the
gives
boss.
great benefits? Because, like, look at what they all went through for him.
Look, man, I don't know. You know the one Timbuktu looking motherfucker and the black guy when they released the kaiju. I'm like, how much is he paying you? Because you know this is a like not a person's not gonna die. Dozens of people are gonna die. How much is he paying you to be okay with this?
Hmm.
Because like I'm not saying I wouldn't, but like I'd be very expensive.
Yeah, it's
No, you're
oof.
not gonna jump
No,
on.
no. I mean, they have pocket universes. They can have another kaiju. Like it'll show
No,
up
but
again
think of all the
eventually.
innocent people are gonna die when they release the kaiju.
I think they were aware of that when they did it. I think they were okay with that.
But
He's
like
a billionaire CEO. Like
how
he
much
obviously
is
has
he
no
paying you
feelings.
for you to be okay with it though? That's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm asking. The benefits are probably great. They probably get paid leave.
Ugh. But anyway, but damn, Lex. This is the version of Lex I think we needed. His plan isn't overly complicated and it makes sense. Don't get me wrong, pinning Batman versus Superman is not exactly easy, but like it wasn't presented as so simple. It was just like, dude, you're paranoid. He's a god. No shit, you guys are gonna fight. I just had to like push you guys a little bit. Done. But it wasn't presented that way. This Lex Luthor is the tech bro that we all fear. I understand Jesse Eisenberg, he was trying to do that, capture that. That was the take that they wanted to do, but this version is better. I'm sorry, Snyderbots. This version, this is how you do it. Uh,
Also, it's more classic. Like I'll dare say, like there's something like genuinely kind of evil, but he still has like a youthful energy about him. Like he doesn't have like the energy that Gene Hackman had in the original movies or anything. So I like that he's somewhere in the middle. Like there's a middle point in all this because this movie, and I have to address it like ahead of time. This is a goofy ass movie
Matt,
in
it's a
a
real
good
estate
way.
scheme. It's a real
Yeah,
estate
cause like
again.
you, cause like you're telling me that this guy has pocket universes, and he wants a piece of land in the middle of nowhere.
He wants to be
Like,
worshipped like a god.
yeah, but it's like, really? Like that's what the fuck you want? Okay, like I'm not here to find fucking meaning in shit, but okay, all right, fine. He's just doing it for the lulz. Like this is guy just straight up hater from the start. I always knew he had it in him ever since I was a teenager and I saw him in Skins. I fucking knew it, Nicholas Holt, you beautiful bastard, magnificent. Never seen a balder man in my entire life.
You know, you know what he will always be my defining like image of Nicholas Hoult though?
Warm bodies.
No, no. Oh, I forgot about Warm Bodies. No, when the first time he becomes Beast, and they're in the jet and they're trying to evade missiles, and everyone's screaming, and all you hear is go ah.
Oh yeah,
I
he was great
love
in that.
that, and that will always be how I see Lex Luthor. But man, is this a Lex Luthor you want to see again? Do you want to see him and Superman finally go for his round two? Because we've never had two rounds of a Superman versus Lex. We've never had it.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I do. I think definitely if you can get the two of them back, yes. I do think this is a good element to have. And this is a good Lex Luthor to have. And while I'm not a super big fan of like Superman, like of Superman's Rogue Gallery, yes, I mean he's the most famous one. Why not keep reusing him? Speaking of someone that I want to see back, let's talk about Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane.
Probably the
Because
best Lois live action Lois Lane ever, and I can say definitively. I feel confident saying that one.
I think out of all the characters and all the actors, she's the one that's like, it felt like she just walked off the pages of the comic book.
Yeah.
Like my goodness, from the way she looks to the way she dresses to the way she walks to the way she talks, it's all perfect. Like it's all down. Um, to her relationship with Clark, with Jimmy, with Perry, with like just the way she carries herself. I like this Lois. Like I like how she was in the movie. I think the perfect amount, and carries with her like this big personality that clashes well with Clark's sensibilities. Like that scene when they're doing the interview in the apartment, it's like 15 minutes of just talking.
I
I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe that it was so much time of just them talking. It went by so fast. And it works because she carries that like she's having a battle, like she's playing chess.
I I love that she two things. One, she actually questions him. Like she's not just, yeah, Superman good. She's like, dude, ethically, there's some gray area over here. Like one, you're writing your own puff pieces. Ethically, that's not good. Second, like stepping into a war. Like, come on. She does not back down from him. And I love that. I love that she's not just a blind follower. That is very much needed, and she has a lot of respect there. Also, the fact that she, one, questions him, two, plays a very vital role in the plot of this film. Let's be clear, she does. And this is how you give Lois Lane agency. She's part of the plot. She saves him at one point. She takes it upon herself. She doesn't have to. They've dated for 3 months. And it is a life-threatening situation, and still she goes to try and save him.
Yeah.
And it just um I believe their chemistry. I like Amy Adams and Henry Cavill. I love their chemistry of David and Rachel.
Yeah.
I love their chemistry.
Yeah, they're both great, and I think the scenes when they're like the romance scenes are great, and their conflict scenes are great, and I like that she even pushes him to like get out of his comfort zone. Like even she like belittles him a little bit for being like
Hmm.
childish or like being kind of like a country boy. Um,
You
so
know,
it's nice, yeah,
I think she's a cynic, but that's not a bad thing because when she saves him and they go back to Smallville, to his parents, like she looks at his room and she gets it. Like, oh, like he really did love that band, or oh, he's just a nerd. Like he's just some kid from a small town trying to do the right thing. There's nothing behind the scenes. He's not
yeah,
pretending to be a good person. That's just who he is. What you see is what you get. And I think that
yeah,
moment really solidified their relationship. To me.
yeah. I think also like meeting the parents is also like a big one.
That
So I like that. Before we talk about another like human character, we gotta address crypto. Like I think we gotta like
fucking love crypto. What an asshole of a dog. I love that they don't get along.
yeah, I like how they tease the whole thing because like he clearly can't control him, he can't handle him, and then there's a moment when like he gets trapped by Lex, which leads to a very funny scene when he bursts into his office. He goes like, "Where's the dog? Like, where is it?" And he has like the cup and it's like, yeah, you and your ugly dog." Like just
Yeah.
yeah, like that whole part I thought was very funny because now knowing the context of the ending and knowing like that middle part when he's talking to Lois and he goes like, "He's not my dog. I'm kind of like dog sitting, but like, and I think like why? Like that's your dog. Like what do you mean that's not your dog?" And then when uh Millie Alcock as Supergirl shows up at the end and she's like, "Where's my dog?" Like now I get it. Now I get why he was trying to get the dog so back from Luthor. It wasn't because he cared about the dog. It's because he was worried that this girl was going to come in and destroy the world if something bad happened to him.
No, 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 no. I think that's a pivotal part of his character. The fact that, like, at one point he's like, "I gotta go get this dog," and Lois is like, "You have a dog?" He's not mine technically. I'm like dog sitting, but like, he's not even a good dog. She's like, "So why are you gonna like?" And she's speaking again, not as a cynic, but from a very logical, almost adult perspective. Because again, she's the
Yeah,
adult. Why are you just being kind to be kind? I'm an adult. Why are you interfering in a war? I'm an adult. Why are you going to risk your life for a dog? He says the most innocent, honest line that he possibly can, which is he's somewhere alone, probably scared, and I need to go save him. I need to go get him.
yeah,
Like, so innocently pure is this Superman that he values the life of a canine above himself. He saves not one, but two dogs in this film. Count them, two dogs, two, and a squirrel.
and a squirrel. Yeah, we gotta
Yeah,
talk. Yeah,
all life is precious to this Superman, which again, James Gunn is having to do 20 years worth of damage, save the squirrel.
yeah. Big fan of that moment. I like also his relationship with like the public. Like I love how he gets like beaten down into the ground and like the whole like public is there and he's like, "Hey, Superman, like, yeah, you
Hey, you
helped me
want to
once."
go?
Like, yeah, he's like you helped me once. I hope you get up. And it's like, I love this. It's like that scene in Spider-Man 2 when they all like protect him in the subway. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
there's also a great part where he's after they kill the kaiju, the kids all come and say, "Hey, Superman." He's like, "Oh, hey, Leslie, how you doing?" Like
yeah.
he knows some of the kids. Like he knows these people by name because of course, Superman would know the names of several citizens by name. Like he would be like, "Oh, hey, I remember you."
Yeah, and in that way, I think just really fucking succeeds in this. Like, just
Undoes
his
all the
relationship.
damage.
Yeah, he undoes a lot of damage, which kind of hypocritical because like James Gunn produced Brightburn, so little hypocritical, But we'll give him a pass.
Look, it's not his fault Roy couldn't raise a kid. All right,
Yeah,
not his
you're right.
fault. Um,
Yeah, you're right. But back to this. I forgot to mention one moment from Lois. It's a really fucking funny moment when she's talking to Jimmy about like the whole situation with Lex, and she goes to get coffee
all the
and
sugar.
pulls out starts filling it up with sugar. Just like adds like a little bit of coffee afterwards. It's like I saw it and I went like, sus. Like just just
Caffeine
just
addict.
just just get energy drinks injected in you if you love that shit so much. Like,
I
oh
kind of
my
hope
God.
that you shoot with C4 in the next movie.
Oh God, I hope not. Anyway, you know what's not punk rock?
What?
Energy drinks. Anyway,
You know what is
uh
the Justice Gang? I love Men
oh
of
God, I love the Justice Gang. Justice Gang felt like the most James Gunn element of this movie. Like the second that he says that dialogue, like we're the Justice Gang, and Hawkgirl is like, no, we're not. Like, it's not our name. And he goes like, yes, we're discussing it. It's like that's James Gunn to a T. That felt like something out of Guardians. Like,
I I love, and I know we're jumping around for a minute. Real quick, Guy Gardner, hilarious, but I really liked him. I enjoyed him. Nathan Fillion got serious when he had to, when he got in Superman's face. He was ready to throw
yeah.
hands with him. He was like, "You're the scum I'm supposed to be taking this planet from." And he gets in Superman's face. Do you understand how insane that is? Batman would say, "Back away slow." Mr. Terrific might be the MVP of this whole film. Hawk Girl probably gets the least amount of meat on her bones, but even then, she has one of the best parts where she just says, "You that rule only applies to Superman. I got no problem dropping you." And she drops this corrupt fucking president that has a bad haircut that's clearly a douchebag. Gee, I wonder who he's standing for. Um, and I love Metamorpho. I love that he values life. I love how much he loves his son. That whole sequence in the Pocket Universe. I love how it's a dumb interaction, but it made me love Guy Gardner that much more. When Metamorpho's like, "Can I join the team?" He's like, "Ugh, no." He's like, "Can't join the Justice Gang." The Justice Gang? That's such a cool name. You're in. Like that sealed me on Guy Gardner. I love him, and I can't wait to see him in Lanterns.
I agree. Nathan Fillion is like, well, he's besties with James Gunn. He's gonna put him in every movie that he makes, so it makes a lot of sense. I think he fucking kills it in this. Like, I think he's fantastic as Guy Gardner, and I like that it's a different Green Lantern. Like, we've seen Hal Jordan, we've seen John Stewart. Let's have like a big, new Green Lantern that not only sees different, looks different, acts different. So I think he perfectly nails this. I also cannot wait to see him in Lanterns. I agree, Mr. Terrific is the MVP of this movie. Eddie Gathegi plays him, and I think he's wonderful. I loved him in The Harder They Fall. I think he was in the Twilight movies, so he's gotten along. He's gotten really
Oh
far,
man.
come a long way. I think he's great, and I think DC is sitting on a pile of money by not releasing his jacket. Sell that fucking jacket. People are gonna buy it. Okay.
You know what I was shocked? There's no Legos for this movie.
Hmm.
They're shockingly limited on the merchandise for this film. I don't know why.
I did see a lot of T-shirts, but that's about it. And
No, but like normally, like when the Batman came out, they had all the Lego sets, all the toys, all the trucks. Dude, put out some Superman toys. I promise you, they will sell. Give me some
put
Superman Legos, they will sell. I
put
haven't
out
even.
some Mr. Terrific toys. They will sell.
No, heck, dude, make those Mr. Terrific balls. Make them like little what do you call it? Drones in
Yeah.
a heartbeat.
I want to see fucking Mr. Terrific in Halloween. Like I want to see people dress up as him. I think he's oh God, he's so cool. Like every line that he would say would work, and I like that he kind of breaks off from the Justice Gang and, and goes off with Clark. Like he really believes in the cause,
Yeah.
and
Well, even when Clark says like, "I want to try and knock it out so we can send it to like a zoo or like like peacefully," it's
yeah,
like, "Come on, man! Like really? It's 20 stories tall. Like you want to try to like not kill it, but incapacitate it? Come on, man!"
yeah.
I
They even
love.
have a moment where like I like that he's generally terrified of Crypto. Like there's a moment near the end where he goes like, "Really? You brought the dog, man!" Like,
Hey, but Crypto was an MVP also. I love how Crypto was part of beating Ultraman. I love, man. Can we talk about Crypto chewing the shit out of Lex and breaking his arm? I love that. I love how it was like, no, Crypto, stop, wait, bad boy, no.
yeah, no, don't do that. No, it felt very like
And he,
Hulk beating up Thor, beating up Loki. It
yes,
felt very like puny god moment, but I really enjoyed it. Obviously the Crypto get the toy scene. Like I think that's like tailor made for like people to go crazy.
yeah,
I just love that he's a mutt. Like I love that he's like a street dog. Like he
yeah.
just he just
No,
fucking works. 'Cause like every time that like he would lay down and he would just start like attacking him, like stepping on him and everything. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That's cinema
broken
right there, baby.
rings,
I
collapse lung, broken orbital
I
side.
I dare say he does more in this movie than Lois. Like he does a lot in this movie. And I do want to talk since we were talking about the Justice League, I do want to talk about the Hawk Girl for a bit.
Uh-huh.
First of all, this is the coolest outfit, coolest costume that I've seen Hawk Girl in live action. I think she looks awesome. And also Isabella Merced, who's just my God, the career she's having. This girl is allergic to being unemployed. Like between Alien, Romulus, fucking Turtles All the Way Down, the Dora the Explorer movie. She just killed it in The Last of Us season two. She was like the best part of season two. Uh, she was in Madame Web, but that's not her fault. And also like she's gonna be in Peacemaker season two, so that's so it's, that connection will continue.
Shoot, we forgot John Cena. He was in this too.
Fucking awesome. My theater laughed so hard. He hadn't even said anything, and people were already laughing. That's the power of Cena right there. Like,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Yeah. So proof that you can join this universe being a wrestler and not fucking make everything about yourself and
You
make
think
it
he
work.
joined
So
at some point? He's too old to
what?
be Bane.
What's up?
Do you think Batista does something at some point? I think he's too old to be Bane, but do you think he plays a part?
Maybe, I see it happening. Ooh, ooh.
But
What if he was Martian Manhunter?
I could see it. I could see that. Okay, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that one.
I mean, he's not afraid of skin paint, so
Prosthetics.
yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I see it. Anyway, yeah, I think Isabella Merced fucking nails Hawk Girl. I think yeah, she is the one that like does less than everyone else, but I think she does great. You know what's really cool that they did with her? They gave her a screech. They gave her a screech whenever she would fly, and that was I've never seen them do that. Like not a constant screech.
I
Like
don't
it's
think
been
it's
done,
part of
but
her repertoire, but that's fine. I mean, it's a comic book film. What do you expect?
yeah, I think it works. She has the mallet. She has like the wings. The way she kills not Nathaniel was great. I think that that's also like the last we heard of her. Like she just like oh she did it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, just a moment. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's cool. Yeah, the whole Justice Gang, I think, still the movie. I love the part near the end where like when Mr. Terrific like hacks everything and just goes like, of course I can do it. I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. Like, yeah, I think he nails that part. Um, yeah, they're cool. What do you think about the whole like the crew of the planet? Like, what do you think of
Genuinely, we didn't get exposed to them for a whole lot of time, but loved. all of them for what we got. You know, we got Perry for a little bit, we got Jimmy Olsen for a little bit, we had Cat Grant for a little bit, we had the Jerk for a little bit. Like I like the whole thing. I like how they did actually play a pivotal role in the third act in Mr. Terrific's like vehicle. I kid, love it, print it. And he like he has the cigar. Just all good all the way through. Oh, you call me Perry, not Chief. You know,
Yeah.
you earn the right to call me Perry and not Chief. Like I just it's so good. That's why I say James Gunn might be the GOAT with a pen because everything had purpose, had meaning. Like this goes. I want to touch base on this for just a sec. Gunn is humble. Oh God, I know that's stretching it. Gunn is humble enough to have a team that will call him out and say this is not a good idea or what's the reason for having this. Other directors have yes men. Gunn has built a team around him that will call him out and say, this is stupid, don't include this. And he has gone in interviews and said, because of that, he has made smarter choices in the films that he makes. Because they call him out and say, what is the reason for having this? If there's no reason, why are you doing it?
Yeah. And I think the planet looks the best. Like I think this is the best looking Daily Planet in a long time. Like I love the little cubicles. I love how you can see specks of everyone's personality in their desks. And I like how the cast, like the crew of the planet felt like characters. Like they would dress similarly, like the way that they would present themselves, the way they would walk around.
Yeah.
It felt lived in. The girl who plays Cat Grant, Michaela Huber, she's gonna play Tony Chopper in the One Piece live action. So I was kind of excited to see her in this, just to see how she does. Obviously, that's not at all how she's gonna play Tony Chopper, but I'm cool. I was happy seeing her here. The only one that I kind of have a problem is Beck Bennett, who plays like the sports guy Steve Lombard with the mustache.
It was fine.
Uh, he's on SNL, and I felt like I was watching him do an SNL sketch here, not like a character. That might be his own fault because like that, I feel like that's been living in that world for too long.
Hmm.
So I felt a little disconnected whenever he would show up or talk. I felt like I was watching SNL and not like a Superman movie. But he was very limited, like he was barely there. Wendell Pierce, who plays Perry White, I think is fucking wonderful. Like I think we just saw him play like a similar character in Thunderbolts, and it's cool to see him here, like
I
just
forgot he was in Thunderbolts, you're right?
yeah, and he does good in this in this too.
And
So
Suits really
I
helped him out, huh?
what's up?
Suits really helped him out, huh? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, he's really good in this. So I don't have that. Jimmy Olsen, we gotta talk about Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen. Uh, Probably the definitive Jimmy Olsen.
This guy's a dog, man. And I say that in the best and worst way. It's like, how does he pull? How?
I get it.
Huh?
I get it.
You know what? That's
No,
fine.
I get it.
That's fine.
I get it. There's like an aloofness and like and something that just really fucking works. This guy, I first saw him in the movie Booksmart, and I think he was really funny in that.
Well,
So when they announced that he was gonna be Jimmy Olsen, I thought, oh, he's gonna kill it because he's got a face. Follow me on this. He's got a face of someone that looks like he can do a trick in a trampoline, and he really wants to show you. Like that's the vibe that I get from his face, and I think he did he really worked in this one. Like I like how he has this ongoing thing with Lex's girlfriend, where she's like she wants to jump his bones so bad, and he's just like, oh, I gotta give up my weekend for this. Like
I don't get it, but okay.
it's so fucking funny, man. I just think he does nail it. So that's mostly all of the characters. We kind of went through everyone. I do have to ask you, what do you think about the reveal of this Ultraman character being not yet, but eventually gonna be Bizarro? Like, what do you think of this
I
character?
don't mind it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Ultraman is typically an alternative universe Superman that was just evil. Like he snores kryptonite almost. Like he needs it in order to like get his powers. Like he craves kryptonite. So I'm not surprised. I'm fine with it. I just, if they do bring him back, because they didn't kill him off, but it's not definitive that they're going to bring him back. I hope that they work on this character and give him a storyline. Now, follow me with this. There is a film, there's a very good comic book series called Forever Evil. I don't know if you know about it.
Tell me.
It's essentially the Justice League is out of commission for whatever reason. I don't remember what. They got transferred to the Ghost Stone or whatever the fuck. So the villains counterparts have to step in and try to save the world, right? It's Lex, Brainiac, Cheetah, Black Manta, and others, right? There is a part where Lex opens up to Bizarro and tells him like the reason why I'm the way I am is because essentially he says that when he was a kid, his sister was sick. So he tried to find a cure and he finally did find it, but it was too late and she died before they could give her the cure. And that jaded him to the world. And he was like, no, like fine, then I'm gonna be better than everyone. That's what hardened him. It gave him anger and he said, like, I will never be close to anyone ever again. All
So
right.
we were left on Jimmy Olsen, I believe.
We
And
left off. Yeah, we like that he was a ladies' man. Good for him.
yeah. No, I liked him. I liked the energy that he was carrying, and of course I like the actor. We should talk about like specific action scenes that we liked also, because I feel like we've talked about the emotional, we talked about the characters. Um, I think the most James Gunn action scene is the Mr. Terrific scene
Yeah,
with the 5 years time song playing in the background. I
yeah.
love that song, and I think it's such a good pull to put it in a scene like that. But it felt like something you would see in Guardians. It felt something like you would see in the Suicide Squad, and it shows off the character. I think that's the scene that's going to endear that character into people's memory. And I swear we're gonna start seeing that character in like animated shows. We're gonna start to see cosplays of that character. We're gonna start to see like a lot of talk about this
I
character
want that
thanks to that
jacket. I
scene.
want that fair play jacket.
It's an amazing jacket, and there's I said this before, but like they're sitting in a pile of money by not releasing it.
I'm sure they will. I'm shocked.
Yeah,
You know what I've realized? They don't have any Lego sets for this.
yeah. I was looking up. Apparently, they canceled a Daily Planet Lego set. Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. I don't
Did they
know.
not think that this movie would do well?
I don't know. It's such a weird thing where
They
like
just released an Arkham set. Give me the Daily Planet.
I don't know if this makes sense, but I think obviously it's
Spider-Man.
not. But this movie might be a little too good for it, Lego set.
No,
Like, does that
okay,
make
no.
sense? Does that make
Yeah,
sense? I
I
don't
get what you're
know.
saying. But no, like, okay, like the Lego set for the Daily Bugle, right, for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Like, there's one right across my office. I don't have it. It belongs to my coworker, Jamie. But it's
yeah,
like, no, dude, like, I would put the Daily Bugle up there. Like, hell yes. I want the
yeah,
Arkham one too, but like, come on. Anyway,
yeah.
action
Um,
sequences.
yeah,
I there's two that I really liked. The first one was when he was fighting Ultraman and the engineer, and he's like, fuck it, and shoots up into space, like into the
yeah,
atmosphere, and then just does like a curveball downward. Love that one scene. That's awesome. Um, and when he's battling Ultraman and he just dislocates his own shoulder to get Ultraman with the train. Like, I love that
mhm,
whole aspect of it. One thing I will say this though, and I didn't notice this till after the fact, every action sequence in this film is unique, right? Because we get the one of him versus the kaiju, we get Superman versus the engineer, then we get Crypto versus the engineer in the Arctic, then we get Superman in like a third dimension where he's stuck in like this anti-gravity river thing trying to keep a kid afloat.
yeah.
Like every action sequence is unique. I can't, there's no repeating in this.
I think the black hole part was my favorite. I think that's the most that felt. That's the moment where like I got to that scene and I was like I feel like a kid in Saturday morning watching a cartoon, and that's what this movie is.
Yeah.
This movie feels like an episode of like a Superman animated series that you catch like mid-season before streaming when you would only catch it like when it was playing on TV. And because him carrying the alien baby, like
Yeah.
that felt right out of that, and it needed that for this for this kind of rhythm and this kind of tone. I'm gonna tell you what I think is the least good or like my least favorite, and is you forgot it already because you didn't even mention it, and it is Superman fight and Krypto fighting against like this army that Lex has been touting about the
That's
entire
right.
movie. It goes away so fast, and it's like, well, they barely made an impression. Lex, you put your trust in nothing. This
The
is
Luthor
like
Core ain't shit.
Yeah, if this movie had came out in 2021, those would be NFTs, and this guy would have put all his money in it, and they'll be fucking useless by now.
Yeah.
Um, but no, like I thought that part was the weakest fight in the whole movie. But my favorite was the black hole scene. I liked Spectral, or what was his name? Um oh God, what was his name? The one who can like create stuff.
Oh, Metamorpho?
Yeah, I like Metamorpho. I'm not too familiar with him. Um, but if
He,
he's gonna, if I guess he's gonna be around, if he's gonna join like Justice Gang, yeah,
I'm sure the thing is, and I'm not sure in this version of the universe whether he was made from the lab experiment or not. In the comics, what happens is actually the father of a girl that he's seeing, there's an accident and he becomes Metamorpho.
like he's
Um,
human.
yeah, he was initially human and like the powers happen after an accident. Which I'm not sure if they're gonna use that later on. There's a point where we see that they're in Stag Industries. Do you remember that? Like it's
Yeah,
so Stag Industries is actually they are the ones that accidentally created Metamorpho.
because like I'm guessing he's human because like his baby has a human name.
Yeah. Oh, and he has a human
Yeah,
wife. Like you saw her
yeah,
there with the baby. And so I'm
yeah, as
assuming
well.
he is human. It's just I'm kind of curious how they're going to integrate his powers as well. Like for
Yeah.
example, is his baby going to have powers as well? Is his baby going to be Beast Boy in the future? Because this kid can
Ooh.
morph, but he can only morph into animals.
Have I told you who I would like to play Beast Boy
No,
in like a live action? The kid who plays live action Luffy. I think he would be perfect.
I could see that fitting. Yeah.
I think he would kill it. Anyway, back to this. I like the action scenes. I like the character moments that we got. A lot of just the way the movie's filmed was very cool. Like that shot that they showed in the trailer when now we know the context. Superman loses his strength by being near kryptonite so much, and that little handmade son breaks him out of that jail there. I like that the movie was able to balance that darkness and the humor and the heroics, like that work because and I also like that this movie was like, hey, there's canon, but like we're kind of loose on it. Like we're not going to like I like that James Gunn is super chillaxed about that. Like
Mhm.
recently, like he was just in Comic-Con right now, because Comic-Con is happening, but because no one's there, like nobody cares.
Mhm.
But he's talking about he only took Peacemaker season 2,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how like since Peacemaker shows up in this, they're like, wait, but like he showed up with like the other Justice League at the end of his first season. What's the canon here? And he's like, who the fuck cares, man? Like, who cares? Like, if you care, you need better things to do. And I'm like, thank you, God, thank you, because like.
Look, he
Because like
he
I'm
already
tired of caring about this. Like
no
I'm
look.
30.
No, no,
Like
no. He
I
gave he gave an answer, and I'm gonna hold him to the answer, and I'm gonna just assume that that's the answer the whole way through because it's more long-winded. He said, if we address it, it's canon. If we don't address it, it's not. End of discussion. That's it.
Yeah, but read between the lines. He basically said like, "Fuck, fuck off." Like whatever. Who cares?
You know who
And
will
I'm
really work?
yeah.
A Justice League of America film based in the 1940s, beating the Nazis.
We could use that. Be
But
nice.
use the old heroes. Use Alan Scott. Use oh God, the original Flash, Jay Garrett, right? Jay Garrett.
Yeah. Yeah, with the bowl. Yeah,
Yeah, use the
with the
Gray
plate
Ghost even as a stand-in
for Batman.
yeah. Use Wonder Woman and have her be like a legacy character. Like I
Yeah.
like hell yes.
Do it in black and white. Fuck it. Like do it in a weird aspect ratio. Like
Imagine a black and white. Oh my God, what we need to call Gunn. I have a pitch for you. Hear me out.
can
Justice
you
League,
imagine?
World War II, black and white.
Can you imagine like Gunn like, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna take this to the pile of things that I don't care for, and I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
See, it's funny. I thought
Um,
you were gonna say he was gonna take it into the pile of things that he really likes it, but he's gonna change it just enough to where he could put his name on it.
yeah, I mean it's the same pile.
Yeah.
It's a circle. It's a circle.
I,
Anyway,
I I can take low shots at him too. But anyway.
I mean,
Final thoughts of this movie.
last
Well,
thing I wanted to mention, just like a final little gag. I love the moment where like Superman and Lois finally reunite at the end, and he's like, "Oh, I can do that follow-up interview now," and then like leave, and then
he's like, how long have they been dating?
like how long? And he's like, "Oh, for like 3 months." It's like
Yeah.
yeah, like that's funny. Like, and that's the lighthearted humor that I wanted from this movie, and I don't expect less. I wanted to say one last thing
Shoot.
before we score it. There is a small after credit scene in the movie, which is like something that we didn't discuss is like the a good plot of the movie is that the Earth is being like split into like
Uh-huh.
two, and then it ends with like Mr. Terrific doing his thing and like basically like bringing everything back together. There's a moment. There's a little after credit scene. First, there's one where like it's Superman and Krypto looking at the Earth, and it's nice. The nerdy guy is gonna have it as a phone background,
Mhm.
and then there's another scene which it's supposed to be funny, like it's supposed to be like Superman and Mr. Terrific looking at this like crack on the wall, and it being like not precisely like super like straight, and Superman being like, it's not like perfect, and Terrific going like, what the I'm done, like I'm done, and like he leaves, and then he just stares there looking at it. I think there's two ways to see that scene. You can see it as like, hey, that's funny, whatever. Or
Uh-huh.
you can see it as like, is that gun telling us like, hey, I know it's not perfect, like what we're doing, like this little like fix that we're doing, because
Yeah.
there was a lot of damage that was done in the back, but we're doing our best. Hopefully you like it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's Gunn saying that. I feel like it's a little wink to the audience to being like, yeah, some things are gonna carry over. We're gonna like fix this with like duct tape, and we're gonna do our best. But like, just give us a second. It's gonna take a. I feel like that's what that scene is saying. Maybe I'm like super like taking it out of like my ass or something. But I don't know. Like, did that scene gave you that vibe or not?
I just thought that they were being funny, but you know
Yeah,
what? I can see that. I can see where it's Gunn being like, look, man, it's not gonna be perfect,
yeah,
but we're gonna do the best that we can, and you're
yeah,
gonna love it. Because like Creature Commandos, it wasn't perfect, but it was pretty damn good, and we're gonna keep going. I'm sure Peacemaker is not gonna be perfect, but it's pretty damn good, and we're gonna keep going. I think that's just gonna have to be the way we're gonna look at things from now on.
yeah,
It's not gonna be perfect. MCU Phase 1 was not perfect. DCU was definitely not perfect. Like, shut the fuck up and enjoy the ride while you can.
yeah.
Because we don't
Yeah,
know when this is gonna stop either.
but I feel like that's not a it's not like a super like oh take it and shut up, like it's very like, hey, like I know
Yeah.
I know the crack is visible, I know it's there, like, but it's something that we're gonna have to live with in order to move forward,
Yeah.
because if we had let it keep going,
It would have gotten
it was
worse.
gonna get worse, like it was leading in a rock fight Superman direction, and only he wanted to see that. So, we're like closing the gap, but it's gonna be a little fucked up,
I do
and
want
that's
to see the
okay.
alternative universe where that movie happens, just because I'm curious, like, what's the plot? Is it just like we have to neutralize Black Adam? I like I'm really curious what that alternative film looks like.
I am okay with with the world that I've been dealt with, even with all its
As
flaws.
long as Black Adam loses that fight, I'm cool.
As long as I
I
don't
would like to see it.
see. It'd be really funny. I saw like one tweet saying like bring back Henry Cavill to play Black Adam, just to like really drive the point home, just like really piss the Rock off.
I saw
Like
something where they suggested that they bring back Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot,
hate it already,
Ezra Miller, and
hate it. Momoa,
Jason Momoa.
Momoa, yeah. So no Cyborg,
I guess they could bring back Cyborg too, I guess. But bring them back as the Injustice League from Earth 2.
hate it, immediately hate it.
Like Superwoman, come on, I wouldn't mind that. Like, fuck it. We're gonna dog walk all five of y'all. I mean all six of y'all. Let's go.
Bring if they bring like Shakespearean like theater like character actors, sure.
Mhm.
But nah, I'm really against stunt casting at this point. Like it doesn't move me. I see it as cheap at this point.
Right. You're no
Um,
fun.
I think I'm pretty fun. I mean, would you have preferred a famous person over this guy playing Superman? I kind of like that he's like an unknown. Like now we know him as like Superman. I mean, we've
I
seen him in
as
stuff,
long as
but
they were
like,
good, David did a very good job, I think. I'll props to him on that. He did a very good job embodying the Boy Scout of Superman. Now, if we can
yeah,
get him to stand alongside the emo boy that is Robert Pattinson, we can complete the circle.
yeah. Now if they just hire Melissa Barrera to play Wonder Woman, then also like I'd be happy.
Who?
She's the girl from the new Scream movies, like the main one.
Let's see, Wonder. Is she the one that pissed off people?
Yeah, because she supports Palestine. But DC, based on this movie, DC now supports Palestine. So,
I
I'd be
know
down.
I could see her working, especially with the tats.
Yeah, I like her as Wonder Woman. I think she's my choice.
Especially
Also,
if they bring in Absolute Wonder Woman, because she's fucking brutal. Do you know about the Absolute
also,
Universe?
yeah, I am aware. And like anything to wash off the taste of the new 52, I'm happy. Um,
For the record,
also
I
she's
didn't hate Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. I liked her first movie. The second one could have been better, but like, yeah, I wouldn't mind her.
I think she's the right choice. Also, she's from my city, so like Paisa. I
You
just
all would
know.
have one claim to fame.
Oh my God, there would be statues of her. I can guarantee you that. Anyway, final
Oh, that'd
thoughts
be
and
hilarious
scores.
because Gal Gadot supports Israel.
I know that's the fun part.
Ooh, that would be
Um,
interesting. Anyway, so
yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I love this movie. It was a great beacon of hope in a year that has felt very lukewarm so far. I really enjoy this. Feels like a great little rebirth for the DCEU. Of course, it's not perfect, but I had a lot of fun with it. It's probably gonna end up in my top 10. I give Superman a full 4 stars.
That's hilarious because I give it a 10 out of 10. I think
Oh
my
my
first one, I think it's the
God,
first time
you've
I've ever
never
given.
given one.
I,
Shit.
I think maybe only the Batman has ever received that rating.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. I gave Batman a 10 out of 10. But Superman, man, it can only get better. Like
I I think three things why I think I give it a top 10, like 10 out of 10. One, I cannot think of a single way to improve this film. And most of the time I can think of at least one thing that they could have done better. I can't think of anything.
yeah.
Two, um, rewatchability. I would rewatch this movie like 10 times in a row. Very simple, very easy. But also like it's so there's nothing to cut either. Like it's so well written, well acted, great action. There's nothing to make better in this film.
We'll see how that sequel comes up. Anyway, yeah, so that's our review of Superman. Thank you everyone for joining us and for waiting on this. We know it took us a bit, but you know, it's
Good things take time.
we're not college students and we don't have the time.
We have
But we're getting there.
responsibilities, some
Yeah,
more
we
than
have
others.
responsibilities. Some different, I mean they're different, but they're both
Yeah.
valid, I think. Yeah. Anyway, next episode I might do like double if it comes out like at this. I think they might. Are they gonna come out at the same time or not?
Um, no, I think separate, so we have one
Okay,
independent release.
separate. All right, so we have one
But I
weekend
do want to try
next.
and do Fantastic Four next week, though, for sure.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we're gonna record then review of F1, so be on the lookout for that, and then Fantastic Four. We are hitting that crescendo of summer season, so very exciting. Thank you so much for joining us. My name was Chema,
I've been Eddie.
and this was the Rollback. Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am.